Hello Star Citizens, Astro Nesto back for a first look at a ship I'm excited to finally get my hands on, the Hull-A from MISC. Nothing excites me more than getting my hands on a new ship, but as someone who likes to haul, I'm especially excited for this one. We'll take a look at the Hull-A in its current form in the PTU, so it's not the live version, so some things are subject to change, like in my hover quad video, some issues that I had got worked out by the time it hit live, but these first look videos should give you a good idea of what to expect. And before we get started, I'd like to get the YouTube stuff out of the way. If you enjoy the video, please remember to like and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate your support trying to grow the channel. Still trying to give away an Avenger Titan starter ship when we hit 342 subscribers. To get a chance to win, all you have to do is leave a comment on a video or a live stream, and that'll enter you in a chance to win. And finally, if you're new to Star Citizen, please consider using my referral code. You'll get 5,000 game credits to help you start out your adventure, and I get some cool perks in game, so it's a win-win for both of us. Alright, with that out of the way, let's take a look at the Hull-A. Alright, Musashi Industrial and Starlight Concern, or MISC, is a human spacecraft manufacturer known for their industrial ships. Precisely assembled in their robotic factories, MISC is also the only manufacturer to have a Lend-Lease agreement with the Xi'an. While the specifics of the agreement are not publicly known, these ships are thought to have incorporated Xi'an thruster technology into some of their models. The Hull ships are single-cab ships widely used to move freight around the verse. The series of ships goes from the massive Hull-E to the entry-level Hull-A. The A is the smallest and the most affordable ship in the series. However, along with the B, it's capable of landing on planetary surfaces, making it, in my opinion, a potentially good starting point for any hauler. Alright, so after a rough few days, we're finally here at the hangar, looking at the Hull-A for the first time. And I must say, I like the design of it. Entering the ship reminds me a lot of getting into a prospector. So MISC ships have that clean stainless steel look to them. And I know it's not stainless steel, but those robotic assembled hulls always have clean lines and bulbous cockpits, so it exhibits the MISC characteristics that we expect. I think this ship leans more to looking more like a prospector than a freelancer. So everything from the cab on looks purpose-built, but still pleasing to the eye compared to other haulers like the Raft, for example, or maybe something that Drake would put together. And speaking about being purpose-built, when the cargo spindle is extended, that's when we see the true function of the ship. And you can see that the spindle should be capable of carrying 4 of the containers, which I can't wait to see how that's implemented in 3.17. But I do think the transforming effect is a really cool one. Now let's take a quick look at the interior. There isn't really too much to talk about the cockpit here. As mentioned earlier, the Hull is a single cab, single seat ship. It's got some pretty nifty fake MFD displays around the ship. There's 2 of them here in the cockpit. You've got your MFDs on the dashboard, and then 2 above with the HUD. For a hauler, I think it's definitely capable. And the interior works for me. You have an industrial looking seat, kind of similar to what you would find in an Argo, and also similar to the other MISC ships that we've gotten. Coming up next, you have your components in the next room. Also a pretty impressive suit locker over here, which appears to be functional. Pretty cool. Airlock is over here to the right, which appears to also be able to work with a docking collar, so that gives this ship more versatility to dock with larger stations and ships. Makes sense, since this hauler will probably be docking with larger things and moving them to places like the surface. And here we have the habitation room. Moving along is habitation. You have a weapons locker here, which looks like a full-size locker, so I think that's going to be pretty helpful, especially as you may be transporting things on the frontier. You don't know what you're going to run into. Probably going to be a target for some pirates, so being able to defend yourself as a hauler is probably going to be a skill that's going to be needed. Over here, it looks like you've got a small dining area, small little area to prepare your food. Comes well stocked with cookies. That's a nice touch. And here below the cookies, you have your little micro fridge here for your brewskis, although I don't recommend drinking and hauling. Be safe out there. Moving along here to the right, we have what looks like is our bed. So that's going to be good for long hauls. And you have a little MFD display screen there, kind of similar to what I've seen in some Origin ships. Now, it's not the most stylish looking one, but it looks comfortable to me, so I think I'd be comfortable on long hauls in here. And you have a functional storage area here. It's all in all a really functional ship to me. So that's going to do it for the habitation unit. Let's move along to one of my favorite rooms and most critical, I believe, the bathroom. And MISC does not disappoint here. We've got a full-size bathroom, kind of a nice one, I think, for their entry-level hauler, if you ask me. Got a nice sink there, standard issue shallot, which looks like it's going to be easy to clean. There goes your throne. Probably doubles as an extra passenger seat as well too, but yeah, I think I have everything here that I would need to be comfortable. Even has a medicine cabinet if you need to patch yourself up. And who knows, maybe one of these days these mirrors will be functional and we'll actually be able to see ourselves. All in all, for our small one-person ship, I think they did an excellent job with the interior in here, while staying true to the MISC design language. It's hard for me to rate the performance of this ship right now because I'm pretty sure it's going to get tweaked when it hits live. So far it feels pretty light, very maneuverable, especially in space. And for some reason, I get Expanse-like vibes when I'm flying the ship around. Even the sound effects kind of remind me of one of the ships you'd find in a belt. Gotta love those clouds with 3.17. As far as combat capabilities go, there's really not much to offer here, just these two pew-pews. So if you're concerned about safety, you may want to fly with an escort. The Hull-A's got plenty of range though. They can easily get anywhere in a stand system. One thing I found disappointing was cockpit visibility. While they used a almost fully glass cockpit like Prospector, your visibility is closer to that of a Freelancer, where the MISC dashboard cuts off lower visibility a little. However, you still have ample viewing, especially compared to a Freelancer. Flying in atmosphere can be a little tricky depending on the wind conditions. However, I wouldn't put too much stock in that right now. I'd like to see what this looks like when it hits live. However, so far, for something that carries heavy freight, I think it flies almost too good. Well, I think that's going to do it for our first look at the Hull-A. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a like and subscribe. I could really use your support for the channel. And let me know your thoughts on the Hull-A or any videos you'd like to see us do in the future. Thanks for watching, 07 citizens, and I'll see you next time.